Just make your job easy.
They were truly surreal scenes at the stunning new Optus Stadium on Saturday. The record WA crowd piled in, and didn't the result just go every which way from a West Coast Eagles perspective as the club gets set to make their second grand final appearance in just the 4 years. Welcome to another episode of Eagle Review, proudly sponsored by Kennards Hire. Ben Roberts with me.
Hello.
We're going to dive straight in, mate. Richmond Friday night. I think a lot of West Coast supporters would have been happy to see it. Came out slow out of the blocks and they got obliterated in the opening half.
Making people nervous, and geez, are we going to be like that tomorrow?
A little bit, because Simo asked that question of his leaders, but thankfully West Coast just fired out of the blocks from the opening bounce and they just matched Melbourne in every facet with the contest. They just couldn't get back on track.
Unbelievable. It's what's the old saying Mike Tyson used to say? Everyone's got a plan until they get smacked in the mouth, and Melbourne just got smacked early and, just off balance, and right from the start, 3 handball turnovers for 3 West Coast Eagles goals. Jordan Lewis was the first one, and that didn't the crowd explode when JK kicked that goal? And then there was the other 2, of course. At half-time, how's this? 8 goals, 8 from 44 turnovers for the Eagles, 0-4 from 38. So, 38 turnovers is still quite a lot for a half footy, but
just couldn't capitalise.
West Coast won the tackles by 25. Melbourne this year, plus 17 per game for contested possession.
It's their one wood, isn't it?
Best in the competition. Jesus, boys, okay. West Coast Eagles went plus 13 at the weekend. We hadn't even lost a game all year when we went better than minus 11. So when you go on plus 13, if that's the stat, look out. Dominant in the air, won the contested mark differential by 6. Ground balls, which we were 18th in the competition going into that one, won that by 6 coming out of the stoppages. So they just went on the ground, in the air, with the pressure, everything. It just went perfectly well. And, geez, I hope they play that like that on Saturday.
Well, Simo hypothesised that they'd probably have to kick over 100 points against the Demons. As you said, highest scoring team in the AFL. In the end, no goals till half-time.
Can I just quickly stop before you go on? How is this? Goalless opening half. First time that has happened by any team in a final since 1927. Nice, good band. First in a preliminary final, 0-6, the lowest final score at the main break since 1960. Yes, Melbourne were rattled early and just weren't on from there. West Coast sensed it, foot in the throat, and the margin grew. But just mentally, no goals in the first half. Probably never coming back from there. Same number of inside 50s for the day.
Well, that's unbelievable. Because
a lot of people wouldn't have thought that.
No, because it was the scoring efficiency from West Coast. So they finished with 60. They've averaged 53 for the whole season. Melbourne on top of the ladder for score efficiency.
60 is a huge number too.
Isn't it? And they were restricted to 38 on the day. So what that means, they just didn't get a lot of quality ball use going inside forward 50, weren't able to get clean disposal and give their forwards the best opportunity. Always a rush ball, and it was great pressure from the Eagles to cause that.
Absolutely. A couple of little things I wanted to raise and just put people at rest, because not to worry. Shuey ankle, he's okay. McGovern got that knock early in the hip point. I think he's okay. He reckons he got hit in the love handle. Bit to aim for there, so no worries, he got hit on that, but he's okay.
The decision for Hutch to go to Viney, that was a good call from Simo. Had 31 the week prior. The coaching staff thought he was the most damaging. Their spiritual leader didn't want to get him off the chain. Rates his ability. Side bottom or Degoe will probably be the next choice for the coaches to come up with, but Jack Redden's probably going to take the points here. Ben Roberts, 31 disposal, 13 marks, and a snagger.
I've got another little tidbit for you.
You are on fire.
Second player in AFL history, Joel Corey, 1999, big Joel Corey man back in the day, to have 30, 10 marks and a goal in a preliminary final. Now, that is a day out, my friend.
Now, don't look at the stat sheet, but I dare say that Lysett and or Vardy will be right up there in the coaches' votes, restricting Max Gawn to 36 hit-outs and 11 touches, 3 marks. Normally averages 44 hit-outs and 15 disposals. Who else probably got the chockies in the coaches' votes?
Very quickly on those boys. Remember last time Gawn was dominant. He took a lot of marks. He was around the ground, had a bit of the footy. The job those guys did was worth bringing up again. I like JK. Geez, he was good, wasn't he? Just blew off the cobwebs the other week. What about the forwards? I mean, Cripper was unbelievable.
After a quiet first final, he was quality.
Liam Ryan. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. Willie was good. Dom Sheed, I thought, was very good through the middle. Geez, he's been good since he came back in. And I did like the game of Tommy Barris down back. I thought he was very nice and very much did his job, and can't wait for next week.
Terrific work. Kennards roast of the round time, and the list is monstrous. I'm going straight to Jordan Lewis. On top of all of his turnovers, what about this effort, just fisting the ball over the line? Should have been 50 metres, but how's the ricochet straight back to Reddo? So the umpire was a bit stuck there. I was like, couldn't call it. Oliver getting pushed over by Schofield. Bit of revenge there. I wouldn't carry on with it if I was you, Oliver. That doesn't look great for you. Liam Ryan, some would say one of the most exciting Eagles on our list at the moment. The cameraman certainly thought so. This ripping grab. grab. He just flicked his exposure off, went pitch black. Either that or the fans didn't seem too phased that the sun got blocked out for 2 seconds.
No, Neil Bullen, probably the sun went to his head, took the mark plate out when he was in the first row of the stand, so I don't think you can do that. Come back to me, son, and the boys let him know about it as well.
Let's go to Lycett. Decided to have a new tact in the ruck. That was a hit out with his head. Well done there.
Gore didn't see that one coming.
No, Viney, a bit of a dive here from the Gov push. Got a bad time he stood up there, Jack. But then Gov just boots it in the man on the mark, so let's call that all square. Duggo's 50-metre penalty. Not a fan of this one, Betty. Don't know what more Liam Duggan can do. He's coming in from the side. I mean, what can you do? He's going straight to the mark, and he's played on in the opposite direction, so it didn't impede his run. This Tommy Cole one, absolutely 50, but disagree on the Duggo.
Yeah, mate, we'll move on from that. No, don't need to talk about that. What about Darling's left foot snap? What about Venables? On, is he? Okay, no, have a shot, no worries. If you're kicking him like you're kicking him, you can have a shot, that's fine. What about Duggo's goal-saving tackle? What did Tanner need to jump here?
No, not at all. Stay low.
Stay low, even a tap forward maybe. You know, anyway, easy from the cheap seats.
Gov's setting up Cripper for this Harms hanger on the back. That was good. Why is the boundary umpire hitting the deck here? Not much going on in his area, but all too much to handle. Going around the grounds very quickly, Benny. It was a while ago since these games got played, but we've been off air for a while. Did you catch the Melbourne Hawthorn game? This coin toss, it's gone out of the circle. He has launched it, the equivalent of 70 metres.
Discussed this in the past. The rate of stuff-uppage for coin tosses is exponentially above how it should be.
He would be banned at 2 up at the cast.
It's not that hard.
He's going into the slots if you're doing that.
Don't get me started on it. AFL.com.au, just the home of football online, apart from westcoasteagles.com.au, that is. Punching out one of their programs, one of their many programs. Cut back to the hosts. Oh boy. Oh boy. The director, whoever it is stuffed up the background, and there it goes, just in a green room. It looks poor. Did you see this one? This is one of the greats. Country footy at its best. Streakers tearing down the wing. Someone tackles him, security getting him, and the umpire, have a look. The umpire throws the arms out, holding the ball.
That's
Loved
too
it.
good.
Would have been good if he pulled it, pushed in the back. But good humour, good humour.
Hey, good game on the weekend. Let's see how Team Victoria did with the old tipping results. Oh, not many West Coast Eagles logos there, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't catch this game on the weekend. The old Melbourne versus... Who? Oh, that's embarrassing. That's probably West Coast someone their job, I dare say.
But the winner, Stephen, geez, there was some goals. Didn't know we had Shane Warne and Tim May playing for us at the weekend. Shane Warne, darling, with the leg break here, and then Mark Hutchings, Timmy May throwing the off break out late in the piece as well. But what about Lecker kicking it like he did? You know it's your day, but there's absolutely no way. He miffed that one, and he got away with it, and score review went his way.
Accidental goals.
Accidental goals are always going to be a roast on this one, and Mark, well done.